Hello, everybody. Welcome. This would be the first episode of our little podcast me and my pa are doing. This is going to go up on the DBToxic YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Capital D, capital B, capital T, Oxic. And today we want to just talk about kind of where we got our start, our humble beginnings, to where we've, how far we've come, and where we want to go in the future. So we want to talk a little bit more about the business and just kind of our story and how we got to where we are today.
Sure. So I do agree with you that this is going to be a learning experience, and we're figuring this out.
Definitely.
We want to just be a regular conversation, like you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the story, I think it was back in around June of 2019. You called me toxic.
And I really like that word back in the day. I still like it. Toxic is a good word.
And you hear it a lot, right?
Yeah, you do.
So you heard toxic workplaces, you heard about people, you're gaming, all that, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever. Or you see it, and you hear about it. So you would call me toxic. Didn't really know what you were meaning, whatever. Just figured me being the dad, I was doing the dad thing, and you just didn't like it, right? Typical teen.
Yeah, typical angsty teen.
So I was like, oh, no big deal. Then, I don't know, it was maybe later that same month or a little farther back, I don't know. And you called your mom and I toxic. And I was like, okay. Yeah, we were being toxic. Yeah. And I don't know if that was to you or to each other. Probably to each other.
I think it was probably meant for both of you at the same time.
You think?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, what does that mean? And so I asked you, what do you mean by that? And you said that I was being kind of critical or demeaning. What other things have you felt?
Yeah, so
critical?
Should we talk about what being toxic is? Because
let me finish with the story here.
Okay, keep
going.
And
then, so I was like, you said these things, and I was like, well, I'm just trying to be a dad. Yeah, you're a teenage kid frustrating his dad, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like trying to deal with that. Pissed me off a lot.
And you're a typical dad.
Yeah, getting pissed.
Pissing off your angsty teen son.
Yeah, so, but you said some things like, being critical or demeaning, stuff like that, which you don't want to be like that to your kid. I don't think any parent, would want to, break their kid's spirit. And that's what I was afraid of. So I was like, and I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, what makes me like that? Because I think about the social things I've dealt with just throughout my whole life, as far as like friends or not making friends or feeling awkward in social situations. I don't know that there's a norm out there, because the things I like to do, self-help books and reading stuff like that, if you talk norms in this world, well, the norm would be 90% of us out there are dysfunctional in some manner.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, I want to know what my life has done with me and to me, whatever, because I do believe that whatever you grow up in, the atmosphere, your surroundings, friends, chosen or not, it's just a situation you find yourself in, you can't control. It's going to have an impact on you.
The environment you're raised in is going to change you as a person and who you're going to turn out to be.
Right. So I was like, okay, how do I do that? What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to seek out some professional help. I like to read books and whatnot, but you have this feeling inside like, okay, what's wrong with me, right? Why does this shit keep happening? So I was like, okay. So at work, we have that EAP program, employee assistant program or whatever. Okay. So I was like, okay, I'll try that because it gets you some free counseling sessions. So I got free counseling sessions, 5. But to find that was a pain, because they first you apply for it at work, then they say, okay, we're going to give you, we're going to authorize you to do it. So I did it. But then in the searching for somebody, it was a pain in the butt. The things that I know I grew up in, You know, I had a violent alcoholic father.
Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. You know, and whatever that did to me, I was like, okay, is there PTSD? You know, where is the anxiety? Where's the self-confidence or lack thereof come from, and all this? And okay, who's going to be a good fit for me to learn and come up with some things that'll help me, not to be toxic to my kid and family.
I'm sure it was super hard to find.
It was
anybody.
A pain in the butt. So I'm online looking for counselors, the ones I thought were great. I email their office or call them, and we're full, or we're not taking new patients right now, or we're not going to fit. You know, I was like, oh, geez.
I'm sure that would be super bad for somebody that is legitimately mentally ill, trying to seek out help, and everybody's turning them away like, sorry, we're full. We can't help you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've heard where there are a shortage of professionals in the fields of psychology and sociology, whatever the ologies are.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a super hard field to get into.
I don't know if it's hard to get into. It's just that you're not going to make I don't think these people, it's like a teacher, you're not going to make probably what you need for the education. I don't know. That's
out
of
you
my
have to go through, they probably don't make enough.
That's out of my realm.
Yeah.
So back to the story. So I was like, okay, I got these 5 sessions. I did find a guy in Longmont and Colorado, we're in Colorado, if you don't know. And I was like, okay, this guy was cool. So we did this, and then did I get help? I don't know. We did some different things. I can remember things where I had to sit there, and he had like this. I think it was one of those things for your piano, little TikTok.
Was he trying to hypnotize you? What?
I don't know, but I had to keep my eyes closed, and then he would bring up things and like trying to reach deep into my psyche or suppressed memories or something, which I got a feeling there are some, because it's just some of the talks with my mom. She's told me things, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that happened.
You like blocked it out of your memory?
I think your brain does that, and I've read a little bit about PTSD, and there is some of that in there where your brain is, and the trauma is so great that these memories are suppressed. And there's a book actually that I want us to read. It's more clinical. It's like 3 inches thick than a fun read, yeah. But I think it'd be interesting. So anyway, I got these, and I was like, gosh dang, you know, that was cool. I liked it, you know, but did it help me? I don't think so. I've been pretty self-aware and know I've struggled socially and in work and not getting promoted and getting fired from jobs and stuff. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Because you can blame others all you want, right? Mm-hmm. And you can say, you know, it's the other people. It's, you know, that person doesn't know how to take criticism. They're weak or whatever, or it's the job sucks or all that. I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. When do you come to terms and say, I don't want to be toxic? What can I do to own who I am and seek change and become a better person? And that's where it came from. I was like, don't be toxic. I don't want to be toxic. Yeah. And I was like, I want to start this, what we're doing right now, and say, I come to you and I said, hey, do you want to start a business? You know, a clothing line, right?
A clothing line, yep. And I...
Called Don't Be Toxic.
DBToxic.
And...
Yeah, I think it was Don't Be Toxic at the time. And then both of us were like, whoa, DBToxic. DBToxic, great
What did you
idea.
think when I said that? Did you think I was serious?
No, I really didn't. I was like, that's a cool idea. We'll get to that.
Patronizing?
Eventually. Yeah, kind of a little bit. Because, I mean, a clothing line, a whole brand, just from the dirt, especially because I think I was going to college at the time, no longer going to college. So I knew my life was, like, already kind of in a busy state.
Yeah.
But since then, I mean, look how far we've come. Like, just off of that one tiny idea.
Okay, yeah, let me jump back into, we have somewhat of an outline here. We don't want to be canned, but staying on track, because we don't know what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get, hopefully, these will get more fluid, and more interesting, I guess. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we get to a point where we can just talk back and forth about whatever topic we have without needing some kind of...
So this is the summer of 2019. So we get the ball rolling. What do? We have no clue, right?
No.
But
Nope.
so we came up with a motto and a what is it? A mission statement, right? See if I can get this thing to work.
Mission statement, elevator pitch, all the
And
whole 9 yards for it.
here's what we came up with for our motto. So all change starts within. Focus on a better you, and the world can change too. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, okay, why? There's so much division out there, whether it's politics or religion or all the stuff going on. It's a mess, and I don't really want to get into that. I believe people have the right to believe and do who they are. That's the great thing about living in this country and the
It's
freedoms we have.
freedom of
Right.
free speech.
Right.
Yep.
And speech, religion, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, my thing is I got to own myself and fix, and be a better person, be kinder, understanding, respect, all that stuff. So that's where I think, if we're honest with ourselves, I can work on myself to treat you better and not be, you call me toxic.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, am I going to get frustrated by you? In this venture, we've been pissy with each other.
Yeah, we've kind of, I wouldn't say we fought, but we've been a little bit toxic back and forth
Yeah.
throughout the process of this, because this has been stressful. Getting to where we are today, it's been a lot.
So then, that motto I put on Facebook and everything. A lot of people like it. I think we got around 90 followers on our Facebook page as far as social media.
We're popping up.
And I want to thank them people. We hope that you watch this and continue to follow us and get involved. I think that's where we're at. We want people to get involved. But the mission statement for DBToxic is DBToxic encourages people to be honest with whom they are personally and take action to change for the better. Because I can't change you.
And I can't change you.
But I can work on myself.
Yeah, we can work on ourselves. Focus just more on working on yourself. Don't try and change other people, because if they see you trying to change yourself and be a better person yourself, hopefully what we're trying to do is inspire others around us to be like, wow, that's pretty cool. I should do the same to myself and be a better me.
Yeah,
That's
I
our
agree.
plan, at least.
So I'll let you. Well, we'll both talk about this one.
The trip to Breckenridge we took.
Yeah, so we took a trip to Breckenridge,
Yeah,
right?
that's where we did a lot of the businessy side of things, like the business plan,
Brainstorming.
brainstorming, the
Putting
logo, all
get-
that.
yeah. Go ahead and so it was a father-son bonding moment, right? So you and I went up there and stayed, and you weren't 21 yet.
I wasn't 21. Nope.
So it was right when Oktoberfest was going.
Oktoberfest.
So
yeah,
you had
talk
to
about more
walk
time.
around, and you got to watch me drink a beer or two.
Yeah, because the hotel we were staying at was really close to the Oktoberfest event. So we just walked down there, and even being underage, it was still a pretty cool event.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd never been
Sure,
there
I'd
before.
love to go back up there now that I'm 21.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Oh, yeah, we'd have a blast.
All
But
right, jump
we
into the logo talk.
So the logo, I guess we could say this. The logo, we found a guy on Fiverr, and he gave us a Fiverr.
Yeah.
Am I saying that wrong?
No, you're good.
Okay, and he gave us 4 or 5 logos to choose from, and originally, I think the logo we came up with, or not we came up with, but we had decided on, it had a different font, right?
I think we were influenced by Supreme quite a bit.
Yeah.
In its look. It was just real bold and
Mostly-
had square.
Yeah, I really like
Or it was
just
a big
the
rectangle.
simplistic logo
Right.
of Supreme,
Yeah.
and how much they can do with that. That's the coolest part about some of the
No.
simple brands like Nike, Supreme, is that they just have a simple idea, and then they can just go on with different ideas. Like, have you seen how much different stuff Supreme has come up with like Rick and Morty?
No.
No? Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know what I expected from you.
Shut up. But this is what we chose, right? Mm-hmm. And if they go to the website, they can see the official logo.
The official DBToxic logo, yeah.
Right there, yeah.
We are sticking with.
The thing about the logo is, and even the clothes, is we're not making money, right? We put out a lot of money, but we haven't made a dime. It's the call out. We want it to become, so if you see it, somebody wearing it, whatever, the hat, I love my hat. I wear it all the time. It's getting full of paint and dirt and whatever.
Yeah.
It's the call out, It's something that we want people to see it and say, we know what that is about.
We don't really care.
We know those two guys.
Whether we make money or not. What we want is for somebody to see somebody wearing a DBToxic shirt and be like, wow, he's
what's
been
that
working
about?
On himself.
Or
be like, he's been working on himself too.
Brave enough to say, I need some work, or even just the call out.
Yeah.
That's the call out
to work.
Be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're not a big troublemaker or anything, because there's a lot of good stories out there. Our story, my story, is not the worst of what people have gone through out there, right?
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with my story. It's a pretty boring story because I was raised so well that I don't really have any traumatic.
And there's a background, there's a backstory to that as far as me and your mom. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because of what we've dealt with, I'm like, I don't want to put my kid through that, right?
Yeah.
So hard. It's things I don't want to do, but you have to do.
Yeah.
So we are not professionals, right? So I'm concerned with, okay, we're going to talk about stuff that we are not formally educated about, but the reason we want to talk about it is because it's personal. Mm-hmm. And we also want to share this adventure. We don't know where it's going to go, with people and get their input, have them, do the books and stuff with us, and so I'm concerned about all the legal aspects. So we formed an LLC, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of protect us on a personal side. It becomes, as you said, and I was like, can you use that on YouTube? Because they got so many rules I'm not aware of.
Yeah, YouTube is a scary platform, man. You never know what you can and can't say.
Yeah. So,
but okay
as a business, maybe we should turn it into a nonprofit, because we're not making money anyway. Yeah. And then we can get a tax write-off. A better tax write-off.
But to me, it was the LLC tax information and all of that, because that is the stuff I do not understand.
So I did that.
You did that.
Then we did the website.
The website, which
I think you
helped out, but
it seems to come more intuitively to you, because I'm like, how do you do this? And you're doing it, and I'm like, I don't even know where you're at.
I don't know why it just clicks.
It's because I'm an old guy. I don't know. It's like when I used to have to program my grandpa's VCR for him. Yeah. Now you got to teach me how to use my phone.
Yeah, it just clicked in your head back then.
Well, it wasn't that complicated. Now I'm like, why do you got to do this and that and all this goofy stuff? Okay, I'm going to look up Jen. What am I looking up? How do I want to word it?
Should I talk about what the plan for the future is?
See the tax stuff. How about talking about our marketing ideas and some of the things, well, I guess as far as marketing or just promoting our message and what we're trying to do.
Word out there. So we're hoping we're going to stay active on Facebook.
Which, social media stuff. Yeah,
social media.
That's your realm.
Yeah, so we're just going to post as often as we can to the Facebooks and the Instagrams, as the boomer would say. We want to do a lot of giveaways, a lot of stickers, shirts, stuff like that, just to keep you guys involved, keep you commenting. Specifically on this video, it would be cool if you could leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to.
I'm supposed to say that, huh? Subscribe, thumbs up. What
Hit
else?
that like button.
See, that stuff I don't know. And so 19th generation is Generation X. So
What do you call Generation X? What's that?
U.S. Let me see if I find anything interesting. We'll have to talk about that again later. Let's look you up. But I'm X, and you are.
I hadn't even called you a boomer in this episode yet.
You are.
Here he is.
What?
He'll go to great lengths to prove he is not a boomer, which is very boomer.
You are a Z. So I'm X. Who's Y is in between us. But then the millennials, are they Y? But that's what it is.
Millennials the same as Gen Y?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
What are they called millennials then?
Okay, so
So, what do we want to do in the future? There's a lot of things we want to do. If you check out our website.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about
what?
So summer 2019 or thereafter, we get all this going, and then we go to brainstorm, and then for a long time there, we didn't do nothing. Well, we got the website going and put it out live in March of 2020, right when the pandemic started, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So did that affect us? Probably not as much as other people out there. But from 2020 till, say, this year, I'd say 2020, we didn't do a whole lot. I was like, man, I was feeling like, okay, it was a great idea. We had fun in Breckenridge, some father-son time, brainstorming, these big dreams or this vision, hey, we're doing a good thing here. Yeah. But there was no action. And I was like, I asked you a couple times, hey, let's just shut this down, quit wasting our time, shut the website down, because it costs money, right?
Yeah.
All that, every month, get charged, all that type of stuff, the money we put into it. I don't want to have to keep doing the yearly report for the taxes or the state and all that.
Oh, man.
Let's shut this down, because if we're not going to do anything, we're not going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
I said no.
And why?
I said we've come too far to quit now.
Did we?
Yeah. As soon as we had the website up, I was like, this is possible. This is something we can accomplish. And yeah, so I started posting on the Facebook. We started posting on the Facebook because we had to just get back into the swing of things. So started off slow, and slowly, we started doing more and more until eventually we were just like, what the heck? Let's just build a podcast set and do this. So
when I said, hey, I want to do a YouTube channel, did you think I was serious?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
think
knew
you
you
did.
were serious. And
So-
I'm glad we are.
So here we are. Now, I guess we're up and running. Go through the plan. What's the plan?
As I was trying to do before.
Just do it. Well, there's things and stuff that, like, I put the outline together that I think is good material. Maybe not. I don't know. Moving on.
So what's the plan for the future? Right now, we're already kind of doing this on the moment. We've been lacking in keeping up with it, but that's your camera.
I know. I keep putting it the wrong one.
But we have, along with our website, we have a blog going alongside it where we're going to do kind of book reviews where monthly, weekly, however long it takes us to read a book. Every week we're going to read a chapter, post a little review on that one chapter, and we hope that you guys are going to comment alongside us.
Let's give ourselves some reality to that. We say every week, well, that would be, we need to be accountable to the project.
It depends on
we
the
should
book,
try and
I
do
feel.
a chapter a week or something, but we haven't been consistent in that.
We haven't posted in months now.
Here's the sad fact. I can't even find that second book.
Me neither. We each had a copy, and boy, oh boy, can neither one of us find it. So,
Oh my God,
we'll have to deal with that.
that's sad.
But we're thinking of the books or book, if we can't find that second one, that we've already gone through.
We'll jump to the next
We're going
one.
to start doing a podcast alongside the blog posts on the website. So, like, maybe when the book is completely finished, we'll do a whole podcast around it with our thoughts.
So you're talking about the blog, but everybody, if you want to, go on the website, check out the blog, look at the first book we did, and there's comment area there. Go in there and put comments if you want.
Yeah, comment alongside us.
We're not going to do the book review every episode of DBToxic.
No, we're going to change it up. Sometimes we'll do just
The
me
guest
and him
interviews.
talking back and forth. We want to interview people, some of our friends, some of our coworkers, some family, just people we know with good stories that they want to get it out there.
Yeah.
And hopefully someday, Dad would like to interview some of the higher ups, such as Danny Trejo,
Yeah.
and I show
I
their
read
book.
his.
Show
Yeah,
his
you
book.
can show his book.
Danny Trejo wrote his own book. I actually want to read this book because you and Grandma have read this book at this point. Did you both
And this
say?
is, I think, a big part of DBToxic is people
Yeah,
that
on the
have
screen
gone through a
what I'm
lot.
talking
I mean, he grew up in a rough area, out in California, and was been to prison and stuff. And then I would think most people know who he is, but just his story, to get where he got, he made some decisions to be a better person.
Mhm.
And that's why I want to talk to people about that.
Which is exactly what
They're
we
good
want.
stories, and that it can be done. His story, he's extreme. He's lived quite the life. There's people like, so my friend John, we play online a lot, Call of Duty, Halo, and we get mad at each other, and I suck, so he gets all the kills, and then I get mad because I die a lot. But then he told me about this guy, Tom McDonald. And Tom McDonald
He's
is,
a rapper, for those of you that don't know.
but in more, not, I don't really want to talk to him about the music, which I like and stuff, and, not everybody's going to like
It's
him,
more about
but
the
a lot,
message.
he is liked. But the personal side of his story and his life, he's been very forthcoming in his story and the struggles he's had in his life, and I think that would be really good conversation and fit into what we're trying to do. And another story of success, and not even the success of it and where he's at, but how a lot of these issues just don't go away. I still deal with stress, self-confidence and everything.
Yeah.
But, it's just the things that you learn how to cope with, or how not to let those thoughts take over, that type of thing. So
Yeah. Like, even me, I think my biggest problem is motivation, as you called me out on the spot earlier. But
What?
it's really hard. If you have some, I don't want to say
maybe
mental
that's
illness,
just
take
your
it that
younger
far,
years, but I don't know. I don't accept that
I mean,
because,
sure, people change as they grow up,
oh God, I hope so.
but I've been this way since middle school, man. And maybe I do need to go see a therapist
No.
for this.
Well, you didn't want to do school because you said, should we share our school story?
What is
First-
my school story?
First
High
grade?
school story. No.
Okay.
No, I'm good. What does that have to do with my motivation?
It's funny.
Freak. Don't expose me on the spot.
Okay, we'll talk
now
about,
you have to tell it.
no, we'll tell it
Okay.
next
We'll tell it in
episode. Well, I'll make a note for
Tune in
next
later to
episode.
find out
I better,
what I did in first grade, I guess.
first grade story, I gotta write this down.
But yeah, I mean, as far as motivation goes, I mean, I got through high school like most kids do. I didn't enjoy most
College.
of it. I did not enjoy college.
Why?
I think that's where my motivation really hit a brick wall, because I went to college for half a semester.
One semester.
one semester.
And you did great. You get good grades because you're smart.
But the thing is, I just wasn't enjoying it in the slightest. And I'm really curious to look like, not to get all deep, but to look like inside myself and be like, why? Why don't I enjoy physical?
So I know my story, my background, and we'll get into it more and more as we do these. But it sounds like you are being more self-aware.
I am.
And there's a desire to
there is a
be
desire
different
to change.
or I don't know. But it's not like you're not doing well either. So we'll talk about that more in length.
Yeah.
Where are we at on this whole thing? The resources?
Yeah.
Or did you go through?
As far as the website goes, there's more we want to do with the website. Our hopes, this is going to be kind of how we're going to help you, other than just the books we recommend. So, oops.
Well, the book thing is basically, it's a book club. It's like you hear about Oprah's book club or all these book clubs. Ours is the self-help book club.
The self-help.
So we're going to pick a book. If you guys want to go out there and get it too, then that'd be awesome. You read the book at the same time we are, and we can all comment it on the blog, or maybe we'll get some conversation going in your phone call-in type things. All this fancy equipment, we are still trying to figure out. We can get it going, right? And then...
what we hope for the website is we want to have a resource page where all 50 states in the USA, we're going to go through and see what the recommended best therapy, self-help.
I think we would like them to reach out to us if they see this. Or somebody says, hey, put this on there. And then we can vet it.
Doesn't take a while. You want all 50 states to reach out to us?
Not the states, the people that are out there doing what we're trying to do. Okay. So like that, when I went and looked for that counselor, it'd be cool if he called up or I was able to talk to him and say, what is your specialty? And to be able to put his link, whether it's a business, personal counseling, whatever, professional business setup he's got on our Colorado page, so that somebody that sees this, whether they're your age or my age, said, okay, these two can do it, then I'm going to reach out, look at that state page and say, here's who I'm going to contact in my area. I might have to break it down even by cities or say, I don't know. That's the hardest part, because right now it's blank. We got links on there, but nothing in the links.
They don't go anywhere. Yeah.
And that's where, go ahead.
You really want to wait for people to reach out to us?
We can start reaching out. We'll reach out local.
Yeah.
And other people can reach out to us and say, hey, this is a good program. Get a hold of them, talk to them, see if they'll let you, give you permission to put your link on your page.
One thing I think we should add to at least all 50 of the states is just a self-help line, like I don't know if I want to say this, but a 1-800 suicide hotline.
All the states have them, and we can get the Colorado one and put it on there. Yeah. I'm sure, I don't know what kind of permissions you got to get, but there's got to be something out there.
Yeah, if we need permits and whatnot.
Just permission.
We'll look more into it. But that's our hope for the future, at least.
Yeah, that's a project.
Yeah.
That'll keep us busy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If this podcast doesn't do that enough.
So the resources, the books, the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So talk about getting this YouTube channel going.
Well, real quick, if you have any recommendations for things you think we should do to better our website or our channel or whatever, we're always open to criticism. We're always open to...
Don't be harsh. Don't be toxic.
Yeah, don't hurt our feelings, please. Well, we're open to constructive criticism.
There you go. How can this channel be better? What do you like? So just get involved. Have fun.
Yeah, get involved. Let's just have fun. But as far as getting the YouTube channel up, the YouTube channel was a lot of fun because we
decided to go to Vegas to test some things out and promote DBToxic.
Basically, a lot of the YouTube channel started in Vegas. which was a heck of a good time.
It wasn't toxic time. We were good kids, right?
It was my
Another
21st.
father-son.
Yeah, it was a good father-son bonding, and cousin. A cousin that was there with us.
So, yes, your cousin Blaine joined us, and good thing, because he's technically savvy.
Yeah.
So he got us...
Which is good, because I'm good tech on the computer, but as far as cables and hookups and what goes to what, HDMI cable to IUD cable, I have no idea. But
So that's why we went there, though. For one, we set up our very first studio in the room that we stayed in, right? And the first thing, Blaine and our cousin, he was figuring out, he's like, these cameras aren't going to work. So I had ordered 3 video cameras on Amazon, took them down there with us, and we're trying to do stuff. And we had our video mixer. We didn't have the soundboard yet. And so the cameras had to be able to put out what's, I guess, called a clean HDMI. So basically that was not putting out, because all these cameras would show the date and the time and stuff, and you couldn't get it to go away.
Yeah, the
and it was
display was just stuck
showing
on there.
in what you guys would see, it would show up, and we're like, well, that looks bad. And we don't want
watch
that.
Yeah.
So we went out to these stores. We ended up getting some SLR cameras. Well, we're not able to buy a $1,000 camera. We buy these cheap $200 cameras, $200 to $300 cameras. We need 3 of them. We're figuring to get what we're thinking, because we don't know what we're doing. And we end up those didn't work either. They did the same thing. So we go out to another place, and we finally look them up online, find the cameras, the Panasonics that we're using, and now we just have to find them in town. So we're running around town. We call, and this Best Buy had 3 of them. We're like, we're going to buy all 3. And So in that respect, now I got 3 cameras that I can't use.
Yep.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
what else did we do
aside
down there?
from recording hidden, never going to be seen podcast episodes just to test things out,
Maybe.
we also attempted to do a t-shirt giveaway while we were in Vegas. That was going to be a cool little first few.
People want free stuff, right?
I guess not. Yeah, so people were not buying into what we were selling.
So you're walking by, and you're like, hey, want a free t-shirt? Nope.
No.
Kept on walking. You're like, really?
Yeah.
It's a free t-shirt. But
So
we did get people that did stop, and we visited with a couple, right?
and they were really cool people. All of the people that did stop to
We
take
shared
a
what
shirt,
we were doing.
and they loved it,
Yeah.
and they were all really cool people. Yeah.
And like you said, they liked it, which is encouraging.
Hmm.
So hopefully we're on the right track.
I think we are on the right track.
You want to share the story about...
I don't know why you think this is so much of a story. It's kind of just...
Okay, well, maybe we'll play the video on another... I'm going to write
Yeah,
that down.
but essentially, the
Vegas video.
first 2 people to come up to us had to, with just my luck, they had to be showgals.
Showgirls.
In their
Yeah.
skimpy outfits,
Yes.
walking up to me, a little 21-year-old
Young guy.
and just trying to give away shirts, and they're like, "Hey, oh my gosh, we'd love to see. What's your message? We love a T-shirt."
But the one gal follows us on Instagram, and we follow her.
And she was really cool.
She's
She
cool.
Was, her story was really inspiring.
There's a lot of people out there that relate. Vegas video. We'll talk about the one video, and we'll share it again later.
Yeah,
When we were down there, so we did a lot of stuff.
yeah.
We got the general idea of how to set up this, and then we did go and do some fun stuff, right? You want to talk about the whiskey?
Well, oh man, how $80 whiskey for?
Thought we were gonna pretend we were actually had money.
We do got money for $80 whiskey. Hell
No,
yeah!
you got a credit card.
I got your credit card because it was my 21st. But Oh man, we bought this $80 whiskey that was like only
It's just a
in
glass.
a size of whiskey glass. Yeah, for $80. It was 40.
Well, that was
but
$40
we got
each,
two.
right?
Yeah, and it was the most putrid thing.
I told you here, and you took a sip, and you're like, "Oh, this is gross."
Because
But you're not a whiskey
My
drinker.
whole life I've been drinking JD because that's what you introduced me to.
Well, and
Well, my
JD's
whole-
good. So here's the thing. I was like, "You're drinking that, and you're gonna suck those ice cubes dry. You're not leaving till that's gone."
So I was slowly sipping on it, slowly, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh my gosh, we have dinner in 6 minutes. We gotta go." Down that. And I'm like, "Oh no, really?"
So we also went on the
Slotzilla.
yeah, that's down on the Fremont area, and so I'd never done it, and gosh, all the times we go down there, I've always wanted to do it. I was like, so we did it, and we'll share a couple pictures here, and me and my thinking I'm doing good. I holding out my sticker and stuff here, and we'll probably give some of these away sometime. Let's see if I can get this thing set up here, and we'll share this with everybody. Just a little slideshow. So this was before you actually go on it, and then this is no on there,
Yeah, I was going so slow compared to everybody else.
and there I am. At least I look like
Yeah,
I'm
look at
having
him,
fun.
he's having a blast. And I was just in the back, like, I guess I'm going fast. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was. Okay, that's that. What else? What else we got to talk about? No,
Not a whole
that's
lot.
our trip. So here we are, right? This is where we're at. First episode. Hit and miss things. We got still a lot more to do. But we're excited to see where it all goes. We hope that you guys are too. Not sure how the camera thing is. Working all that out. See how what you guys think.
Yeah, we look forward to whatever
Get
constructive.
involved. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We look forward to whatever constructive criticism you have. We know.
You've
This isn't
asked them to
100%.
criticize us a lot. Stop it.
Well, yeah, because I want advice. I want to know, like, what can we do better? I want to make this the best podcast it can possibly be.
Is it a podcast? I thought it was a YouTube channel.
Well, we're just talking back and forth. What would you call this?
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a podcast. It's a podcast.
Okay.
I'm hoping to figure out how to upload this to Spotify and iTunes as well.
Oh,
I'm
I did
looking
not
at how
know that.
to do that.
Okay, well, that I did not know.
So hopefully someday you can follow us on Spotify and iTunes. Give us a thumbs up on there as well.
So, okay. So we're going to be out there, right? We're on social media. We're going to be on YouTube. We got the website with the blog. Check out the website, our stories on there. Check out some of the stuff, hopefully one of these days we can actually be self-sufficient, because right now it's negative in the hole quite a bit. So hopefully, if you like what we're doing and you want to promote us, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, give us a subscribe. Leave us a thumbs up. Hit that like button.
Buy a shirt, buy a hat.
Yeah.
So I had mentioned about these cameras, right? That we can't use. And there's nothing wrong with them and everything. They've been out of the
They're really
box.
high quality cameras too. It's just you can't turn the display off.
Right. They do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So and I'm not sure how we're going to do it. Probably I'd like to do a drawing, get the people's names that are on our Facebook that discovered us on Facebook, but also people that are watching this, and how do we get their names and stuff, and we'll put them all in a hat or something, have some random drawing, and that winner will get one of those cameras.
So we have 3 cameras, right?
Well, we'll do one right away.
I
We'll
think we
save
should
the
do
others
one.
for later.
Okay.
And then, but to celebrate our start off point, we'll get that first one given away. And probably a sticker with it. And we'll try and do some other things down the road with that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I have nothing else.
Okay.
That's good.
Awesome.
Have a
Fade to
good-
black.
Fade to black, yeah. Bye, everybody. Thanks
Later.
for tuning in.
Oh, I forgot to hit record.